An ultramarathon, also called ultra-distance, is any sporting event involving running and walking longer than the traditional marathon length of 42.195 kilometers. There are two types of ultramarathon events, those that cover a specified distance, and events that take place during specified time. The most common distances are 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 50 miles, and 100 miles, although many races have other distances. The 100 kilometers is recognized as an official world record event by the International Association of Athletics Federations, the world governing body of track and field. Other distances times include double marathons, 24-hour races, and multi-day races of 1,000 miles or even longer. The format of these events and the courses vary, ranging from single or multiple loop track, to point-to-point road or trail races, to cross-country road gains. Many ultramarathons, especially trail challenges, have severe course obstacles, such as inclement weather, elevation change, or rugged terrain. Many of these races are run on dirt roads or mountain paths, though some are run on paved roads as well. Usually, there are aid stations every 20 to 35 kilometers apart, where runners can replenish food and drink supplies or take a short break. Timed events range from 6, 12 and 24 hours to 3, 6, and 10 days. Timed events are generally run on a track or a short road course, often 1 mile or less. The International Association of Ultra Runners organizes the World Championships for various ultramarathon distances, including 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 24 hours, and ultra-trail running, which are also recognized by the IAAF. Many countries around the world have their own ultra-running organizations, often the National Athletics Federation of that country, or are sanctioned by such national athletics organizations. World records for distances, times, and ages are tracked by the IAU. IAU World Best Performances, Men, Women, IAU Race Results, IAU 24-Hour Run World Challenge, IAU 100 km World Championships. World or national record holding or World Championship winning ultramarathon runners. For reliable and updated information, see IAU, International Association of Ultra Runners, Annual Report of Current World Records on its newest World's Best Performances page in Statistics. Ioannis Kouros, multi-day race legend, holder of numerous world records and world bests from 24 hours to 1,000 miles. Course record holder of the Spartathlon since its inception in 1983, Takahiro Sanada, current men's 100 km road world record holder, Tomo Abe, current women's 100 km road world record holder, Ryuki Sakiya, four-time IAU 24-hour run world championship winner, Asia records holder of 24-hour run, two-time winner of Spartathlon, Shingo Inu, 2010 winner of IAU 24-hour run world championship, Mami Kudo. Current women's 24 hours track world record holder, 255.303 kilometers, Suko TPE, 2011, current women's 48H road world record holder, 368.687 kilometers, Athens GRE, April 2011, 2013 female winner of IAU 24-hour run world championship, Sumi Inagaki, current women's 24 hours indoor world record holder Espufin, January 2011, current women's 48H track world record holder, 397.103 kilometers, Sagias FRA, May 2010, two-time female winner of IAU 24-hour run world championship, two-time female winner of Spartathlon, Numi Sakurai, current women's 100 km track world record holder, current women's 6 hours track world record holder, 83.200 kilometers, Lupa Totova ITA, September 2003, 2007 female winner of IAU 24-hour run world championship, Suprabha Bekjad female and Wolfgang Schwerk male record holder 3100-mile race, Edit versus 24-hour treadmill world record holder. Holds several Hungarian records, Ted Corbett, father of American ultra running. 1952 U.S. Olympic team member. Former American world record holder at various distances, Bruce Fordis, 9-time Comrades Marathon winner. African 100K record holder, Serge Girard, Trans-USA, Trans-South America, Trans-Africa and Trans-Eurasia record holder, Wally Hayward, multiple winner of Comrades Marathon, London to Brighton, many other ultramarathons. Set early world records, Bernd Heinrich, US 100-mile track record holder, naturalist, Shaul Ladany, Israeli race walker, world record holder in the 50-mile walk, former world champion in the 100-kilometer walk, Frith van der Merwe, set Comrades Marathon records for both directions, Stu Mittelman, U.S. record holder for 6-day race, Arthur F. H. Newton, 5 times Comrades Marathon winner, Anne Trayson, 13-time Western States Endurance Run winner and former female course record holder. Holds numerous world records, including 100-mile, 50-mile, and 12 hours. American 100K record holder, Cliff Young, former winner Westfield Sydney to Melbourne. Holds numerous world age records, Arun Bardwaj, first Indian to compete in and win the George Archer 6-day race in South Africa, completed a 4,000+ km run from Kargil, India to Kanyakumari, India, in 61 days. Connie Gardner, American record holder in the 24-hour event, Robert Garside, first person recognized as running around the world by Guinness World Records. Although his run has been challenged by some ultra-distance runners and some members of the press, Guinness World Records, who spent around 5 years evaluating evidence, declared it authentic in 2007. Ultramarathons by regions. Ultramarathons are run around the world with more than 70,000 people completing them every year. Africa. Several ultra-distance events are held in Africa. South Africa hosts a number of notable ultramarathon events. Unpaved surface, the world's oldest and largest ultramarathon, the 87 km Comrades Marathon. Approximately 12,000 runners complete the Comrades each year, out of approximately 17,000 who start, with 23,961 competing in 2000. The 56-kilometer Two Oceans Marathon in Cape Town in the Southern Autumn attracts approximately 11,000 runners. The Washi 100 road race is the oldest 100-miler road race in Africa. Off-road, the Salomon Sky Run is a grueling 100 km self-supported, unmarked trail race held in a particularly scenic part of the country. The Marathon des Sables is a 6-day stage race which covers 250 km through the Sahara Desert in Morocco. The Sahara Race in Egypt, part of the Four Desert Series, is held annually with about 150 competitors from 30 countries competing. There is also an ultramarathon of 250 km across the Namib Desert. The Grand Raid de la Ra Copyright Union is held annually on Ra Copyright Union in October, crossing the island over 163 km with an altitude gain of 9,643 meters. This race attracts 2,350 competitors, with 1,000 runners from overseas. Asia. Ultra-running has become popular in Asia recently, and countries such as Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea have hosted IAAF World Championships. Japan had its first 100 km event in 1987 as Lake Saruma Ultramarathon and hosted IAAF 100 km World Championship in 1994, 1998 and 2005. Japan hosts more than 50 ultramarathon events throughout the year, among which are Trans-Japan Alps Race with more than 26,000 meters cumulative altitude gain crossing Japan Alps, crossing Japan's mainland from Japan's Sea to Pacific Ocean in 7 days, Heizatsun Cup in steep foggy mountains, an ultra-trail Mount Fuji loop around World Heritage Mount Fuji with cumulative altitude gain of about 9,000 meters. South Korea's first ultramarathon was held in 2000. India's first ultramarathon was held in 2007, in Bangalore. Since 2010, Indian Himalayas have hosted LA Ultra Euro The High, crossing Kardung La, the world's highest motorable mountain pass. Suko International 24 Hours Ultramarathon is held since 1999 in Taipei, and is an official IAAF-registered event. The Gobi March, first held in 2003, in northwest China was one of China's first ultramarathons. A night race called the Sundown Marathon has been held in Singapore annually since 2008. over a double marathon distance up to 2010 and 100 km since then. Nepal hosts several ultramarathon races, including the Annapurna 100, the Kanchenjunga Ultramarathon trail running race and the Everest Ultra. Northern Mongolia hosts an annual 100 km summer race, Mongolia Sunrise to Sunset. Malaysia's first ultra-trail marathon was founded in November 2011 and is known as the TMBT in Sabah at Mount Kinabalu, Southeast Asia's highest mountain. The event has a 55% drop-out rate and is a 3 qualifying point race for Ultra du Mont Blanc and a 2-point qualifying race for the 55-kilometer category of the event. This was followed by the Beaufort Ultramarathon in Sabah organized in 2012 and a 60-kilometer endurance race under 35 to 39 degrees Celsius morning and afternoon heat with a 60% finish rate amongst runners. First 100 miles ultramarathon road race, Putrajaya 100 miles, schedule on 22 November 23, 2014. Indonesia's first ultramarathon race, Mount Rinjani Ultra, was held on August 2013 and Indonesia's first 100k and 160k ultramarathon race, Bromo Tengah Semeru 100 Ultra, was held on November 2013. In the Cebu, Philippines, ultramarathons has gained quite a number of followers. An all-women ultramarathon race covering a distance of 50 kilometers is held annually on the weekend of International Women's Day since 2012. Oceania, Australia, and New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand are host to some 100 organised ultramarathons each year. Additionally, a handful of runners have run the entire length of New Zealand, a distance of around 2,200 kilometres. In Australia, the Westfield Ultramarathon was an annual race between Sydney and Melbourne contested between 1983 and 1991. Greek runner Ioannis Kouros won the event 5 times during that period. Australia is also the home of one of the oldest 6-day races in the world, the Cliff Young Australian 6-day race, held in Colac, Victoria. The race is held on a 400-metre circuit at the Memorial Square in the centre of Colac, and has seen many epic battles since its inception in 1984. The 20th Cliff Young Australian 6-day race was held between 20th and 26th November 2005. During that event, Kouros beat his existing world record 6-day track mark and set a new mark of 1,036.851 kilometers. The Costa Kosciuszko, inaugurated in 2004, is a 246-kilometer marathon from the coast to the top of Mount Kosciuszko, Australia's highest mountain. New Zealand's first ultramarathon was held on a 100 km track. The Kepler Challenge, 60 kilometers through Fiordland National Park, has been running since 1988 and is one of the country's most popular races. New Zealand's Northburn 100 Ultra Mountain Run, 2, is the first 100-mile race through the Northburn station. In November 2012, Kim Allen planned to run and/or walk 500 kilometers non-stop, without sleep, on the Sri Chinmoy Peace Mile track at the Auckland Domain. Her aim was to beat ultra-runner Pam Reed's record of 300 miles. According to her Facebook page, she only managed 385.8 kilometers. She eventually passed the 500-kilometer mark at 86 hours, 11 minutes, and 9 seconds, breaking the 486 kilometers women's record. In April 2013, a Feilding man, Perry Newburn, set a New Zealand record by running 483 kilometers without sleep at Feilding's Manfield Park. Papua New Guinea has the Kokoda Challenge race, an annual 96 km endurance race held in late August that runs the length of the historic Kokoda track. Papua New Guinea also has the Great Kokoda Race, a multi-stage 96 km adventure race held in early July where competitors run or walk the length of the historic Kokoda track. Europe, ultra-running is popular in Europe, and the sport can trace its origins here with early documentation of ultra-runners from Icelandic sagas, or even the antique Greece from where the idea of the marathon, and the Spartathlon comes. The history of ultra-runners and walkers in the UK from the Victorian era has also been documented. The IAAF hosts annual European Championships for the 50 km, 100 km and 24 hours. There are over 300 ultramarathons held in Europe each year. Some of the largest events include the Tour des Gars Copyright Ants a 330 km loop of the Ulster Valley in max 150 hours. The path follows the Ultra Viaduct 2 and Ultra Viaduct 1 footpaths of the Ulster Valley in Italy. The JOGLE Ultra Euro 1375 km over 16 days from John O'Roads to Land's End, Scotland England a Euro UK, the Swiss Alpine Marathon 78 km, from Davos, Switzerland. The Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc, which consists of a 168 km loop around Mont Blanc including 9600 m total elevation gain. The McGrady Mountain Trail 100 mi loop through the southern Italian Dolomites, which includes over 9000 m of total elevation gain. The race starts and finishes in Vivaro, Italy. The 100 km del Passo Tour Florence Euro Fuenza Italy, the Strasimeno Ultramarathon, Castiglione del Lago Italy, the Busagi 7500 Marathon, with its first edition in 2009, is the toughest competition in Romania. Held annually in Busagi Mountains of the Southern Carpathians, the race stretches for 90 km over harsh terrain, comprising a total 7,500 meters elevation gain. The BIA Running Days, Switzerland. Sudeca Setka Euro 100 km in the Polish Sudetes. The 72.7 km Rennsteigelauf in the Thuringian Forest, Germany. The 230 km El Andalus Ultimate Trail is a stage race over 5 days in the July sun and heat of the Granada province, Andalusia, Spain. The Ultima Frontera Trail Race is an ultra festival including 55 km, 83 km and 166 km in the Andalusian Mountains, Granada province, Andalusia, Spain. The Lakeland 100, which is a circular route encompassing much of the Lakeland Fell area, including in the region of 6,300 m of ascent and consisting entirely of public bridleways and footpaths. The Ultraris 100, which is a circular route of 100 miles of road in the Cotswold Hills with an overall ascent of 2248 m. The second oldest ultramarathon in the world, London to Brighton, was widely considered to be among the most prestigious titles until its retirement in 2005. As of 2008 has been recaptured as a trail run. 3-day runners a Euro Athens International Ultramarathon Festival. The Rhodope Ultra Trail is the first 100-mile trail race in Bulgaria and wanders the vast forests of the Rhodope mountain range, one of the biggest ranges of the Balkan Peninsula. Vlebit 100 a Euro Vlebit, Croatia. Transvulcania, La Palma, Spain, Lapland Ultra Euro Adak, Lapland, Sweden. 100 km loop in the land of the midnight sun. The European Ultramarathon Cup is an annual series covering several of the biggest races in different European countries. An extreme challenge in Germany is the annual Multi-Day Deutschlandlauf over 1200 km. In Portugal, the Ultramarathon das Arraias race covers 43 kilometers on the sand of southern beaches under the blazing sun of summer. The Madeira Island Ultra Trail is a challenge of 115 km over the mountainous terrain of Madeira Island. In southern Spain, the La Ligia Cube Den 101 km N24 Horas is a popular ultramarathon in and around the Andalusian town of Ronda in the province of Malaga. The race in May is organized and supported by the Spanish Foreign Legion. In Greece, Spartathlon is held every last weekend of September since 1983. It's a non-stop historic ultra-distance foot race covering 246 km from Athens to Sparta. It's considered one of the most difficult ultramarathon races due to the weather conditions encountered by the runners and the non-stop profile of the race. Only one-third of the runners reach Sparta. Antarctica. Due to logistics and environmental concerns, there are only a handful of ultramarathons held in Antarctica, and travel costs can mean entrance fees as high as $14,000. Ultramarathons in Antarctica include the Last Desert, a multi-stage foot race, and the Antarctic Ice Marathon, a Euro marathon and 100-kilometer race. North America. There are several hundred ultramarathons held annually in North America. One of the most popular is the Western States Endurance Run, the world's oldest 100-mile trail run. The race began unofficially in 1974, when local horseman Gordy Ainsley's horse for the 100-mile Tevis Cup horse race came up lame. he decided to travel the course on foot, finishing in 23 hours and 47 minutes. One of the first documented ultramarathons in North America was held in 1926, and at the time was part of the Central American Games. Tomas Zafiro and Leoncio San Miguel, both Tarahumara Indians, ran 100 km from Pachuca to Mexico City in 9 hours and 37 minutes. At the time, the Mexican government petitioned to include a 100 km race in the 1928 Summer Olympics in Amsterdam. However, nothing came of these efforts. In 1928, sports agency CPA organized the first of 2 editions of the 3,455-mile-long Bunyan Derby. Neither the race nor the accompanying vaudeville show was a financial success. Since 1997, runners have been competing in the Self-Transcendence 3,100-mile race, which is billed as the longest official foot race in the world. They run 100 laps a day for up to 50 days around a single block in Queens, NY, for a total distance of 3,100 miles. In April 2006, the American Ultra Running Hall of Fame was established by the American Ultra Running Association. Candidates for the Hall of Fame are chosen from the modern era of American ultras, beginning with the New York Road Runners Club 30-mile race held in 1958. The inaugural inductees were Ted Corbett, a former U.S. Olympian, winner of the aforementioned race in 3:04 and 13 seconds, and co-founder of the Road Runners Club of America, and Sandra Kiddy, who kicked off her ultra career at age 42 with a world record at 50 kilometers, 3:36 and 56 seconds, and who went on to set a string of U.S. and world ultra records. South America. There are few ultramarathons in South America, but the sport is getting more popular every day. The Brazil 135 Ultramarathon is a single-stage race of 135 miles with a 60-hour cutoff, held in Brazil. This is a Badwater's sister race. Several ultramarathons are held in Chile and the activity is becoming more popular among Chileans. Ultramarathons held in Chile include, the Endurance Challenge, a 10K, 21K, 50K and 80K trail running race held in the Andes mountain range near Santiago. It is part of the Global Endurance Challenge circuit. The race seeks to promote the sport, outdoor activity and the use of mountain trails, taking care to have the lowest impact possible on the environment. The Lican Ray Villarrica Ultramarathon, a 70 km marathon that starts in Lican Ray, climbs Villarrica volcano and ends in downtown Villarrica. The Atacama Crossing, a 250 km ultramarathon which takes place in the Atacama Desert, around San Pedro de Atacama, Chile and crosses through the driest place on Earth. There are 6 stages in 7 days, with almost 4 marathons run in the first 4 days, then a 74 km stretch, then a rest day and a final stage of 11 km. It is part of the 4 Desert Series, which, as the name suggests, is a desert race series. The Atacama Crossing take place in terrain that is rarely flat underfoot, with a harsh climate and an altitude that averages 2,500 am. The race uses the town of San Pedro de Atacama as its host town, and in 2012 the race began at its highest point of over 3,000 m in the Arcoiris Valley. The Patagonian International Marathon take place in Torres del Paine National Park, southern Chile in Patagonia. The event features 4 race distances, an ultramarathon, marathon, half marathon and a 10K. Each distance has a different starting point, but everyone finishes in the same place. The event, organized by NIGSA, aims to promote the conservation of Chile in Patagonia and contribute to the sustainable development of the region. For each runner, a tree will be planted in the Torres del Paine National Park through the Oe Corwai Reforsto campaign run by the organization Oe Reforestamos Patagonia which aims to raise awareness of the importance of preserving these areas and contribute to the reforestation of native trees in Chile and Patagonia. The Rapa Nui Grand Trail, an 80K ultramarathon that takes place on Easter Island, Valparaiso region, Chile. This exotic trail, far out in the Pacific Ocean, takes in the famous Moa statues of the island. List of ultramarathons. This is only a partial list of events. For a full list, See Ultramarathon running's calendar and local countries' ultra-running websites. Road and dirt paths, track ultramarathons, mountain and trails, extreme conditions, very long events and multi-days. Born to Run. In 2009, Christopher McDougall's book Born to Run was released. Written from both anthropological and scientific angles, this book is a story of an entire people of ultramarathoners. While other books had previously been written specifically about ultramarathons, McDougall made conclusions about humanity's roots and long-distance running that were just controversial enough to excite the masses who had never heard of the sport. It quickly became a national bestseller and a Forbes and Washington Post Book of the Year, helping spread the idea of ultramarathons. See also, Beach Run, Fell Running, Mika True, Supernatural Running, References. External links, Ultramarathon at DMOZ, ultramarathonrunning.com Global Ultramarathon Races and Events Calendar, Archives Ultramarathon http www.ultramarathonfr/